What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Run My Crypto. Hopefully you guys are doing extremely well today. We're going to talk about Render and how Render has basically took their network and moved it over to Solana. I had no idea, but actually I think this is very positive for Render as a project as a whole, because not only did they move over to Solana, they created this token, which we'll go over, but I think they put themselves in position to get more volume into their platform, into their project. So this is really a positive for Render. So let's get into it, guys. This is Render and the merge of Solana. All right, guys. So let's talk about Render, right? So for my understanding, this is what Render is. Render is a distributed GPU rendering system that is live on the blockchain. So when it comes to talking about rendering and stuff like that, sorry guys, I'm just checking this mic because everybody complains about it. just kidding. But anyway, so when it comes to Render, it's like it's all about editing, right? So what type of editing that Render is doing. So generally, in my mind, this could work for many different variations of businesses. So you think about NFTs, arts and crafts. So you may have some creators that create a piece of art and just want some, finalized professional touches to the art. So what they would do is utilize Render system to go and create a work order to have whatever information or whatever details or whatever you want to add to your piece of art. And we're talking specifically NFTs right now. So you would upload that into Render's network, create a job, and then Render artist or anyone that's going to work on that job will work on it, and then Render would have these individuals that are running GPUs, which are kind of like nodes, to basically complete the transaction cycle. So if we look at that part of it, that's pretty much what Render is. And then you could go into content creation. If you want to put out a video that's in need of like some artificial intelligence editing, you can upload that specific type of job into Render's network and then go ahead and perform. So going back to those GPUs that are running by individuals to be able to complete the transaction, they were eligible to get paid in Render tokens to be running the GPU or the node. So essentially they would be two parties being paid by Render. It would be the party that's performing the work, and then obviously the individual that's running the GPU in order for the transactions to be completed. Now, this is very useful, especially when it comes to, on blockchain type of work. And then, we're looking at decentralization. So having, this on a blockchain running and it's in a decentralized space, it's very positive. It's very demanding. It's a type of utility that I use personally. When I create a video and then I do my editing, I render, the draft of it so I could go through and, pick and choose or move around or do whatever I have to do to make sure that I try to produce the best quality video. Now, this is the same is true with someone that's performing any type of work on the Render network. So it's a big utility in my mind. When I look at it, this type of utility is very necessary for someone that's doing content creation, for anyone that's building NFTs, or it could go as far as a business trying to put together a marketing video for their company, or any big advertisement type of AI integration that you want to be integrated with your piece of work. Render allows that to happen on their network. Now, this is pretty key for me, and this is really good for you guys, because to understand the demand for this type of work, it's a lot bigger than many of you think. There is a huge demand for this because our generation, and then moving into Web3, and then operating on a decentralized space, this is 100% of what we need and what we want, especially to do business in Web3 state. In a Web3 state, decentralized state, Render is a very, very good outlet for that. So let's talk about how the integration kind of went for Render to integrate into Solana. So that was really, I was blindsided by that, but I think it's very positive, to be honest with you. So I'm going to give like my personal opinion on why I think this is very beneficial for Render. Because, okay, so, This type, and it's like I explained in a little bit ago, that this type of work is very demanding. There's a huge demand for, content creation editing, for NFT art collection editing, and, marketing for businesses, companies, mom and pop shops, these startups that are, branding, clothing. This is very, very demanding because essentially it takes a lot of time to put together a piece of art that can use, or that could be used to market. And having render available makes this, very, very easy for us to go in and pay for a project, have it done, put it out there, and then try to get it out to 10, 20, 30,000, 40,000 people. The time that it would take to put this work together and then get that video out there, or get that marketing ad or whatever out there, it takes a lot of time. So essentially, on a business perspective and a more cost effective way, looking at time versus, the actual money that you're going to be paying for the marketing slide or whatever it is, it's the time money is more valuable, right? So your time is more valuable to be able to do something else in your business versus taking 3-4 days to create this marketing slide or something like that, whatever to that nature. Now this is all positive because with Solana coming in, I think Render's seen a big opportunity because, number one, Solana is a very, very good cryptocurrency project. Now Solana provides fast transactions, low costs. There's a lot positive with Solana, for a crypto project. This is kind of huge. This is like Render going to Solana is equivalent to Singularity Network going to Internet Computer. Now there's kind of like there's some telltales to that, right? You got Solana and Internet Computer as direct competitors, and then you have an AI protocol going to Solana, which is Render, and then obviously Singularity Network going to Internet Computer. Now what a great move for Render to go to Solana, because now this is basically upgrading the entire system for Render Network. So creating that SPL token to go on to Solana was very, very good move, because here's what's going to happen. We know that currently Solana is doing very well as a cryptocurrency project. We know there's a lot of attention to it, and to bring Render Network into the ecosystem is huge, because now Render has an opportunity to not only gain the traction of the customers or users that are interested in Render, but now a lot of Solana OG users are going to be looking at Render coming onto Solana, and that's going to basically start to absorb some of the users that have been currently on Solana. So all the ecosystem that Solana has developed, you got dApps that are built on there, and those users are going to be able to say, okay, well, based on, I'm not too familiar with Solana's ecosystem, but I'm sure there's dApps on there that have communities that that have platforms that service as community members, and you get content creators, or NFT collectors, or NFT minters or whatnot, and then they will start using the services for Render. So that's going to ultimately bring a lot of attraction to Render Network sitting on Solana, being a part of Solana 100%. So very good move in my opinion for Render. All right, so let's talk about the market cap and the price of where I think Render could go, especially with joining up with Solana and moving their network onto Solana, and how that could be very beneficial. I think I talked through that going to Solana could be very, very beneficial for Render to introduce more money into the space, and more, it's going to bring a lot more attention, a lot more eyes, a lot more users to Render Network, and this is going to help drive the price, because with the influx of users and the way that Render's set up is, they're utilizing Render tokens to perform the work, and to pay the networks for the nodes or the GPU providers for providing that service, and then obviously the creation service where the artist or whoever's behind whatever job is being performed, the person doing that job, they get paid in Render Not to mention they have a burning mechanism that is also put in place for, the render token. So there's a lot of utility going behind render, right? So, if you look at their market cap, their total supply is somewhat over 530 some billion or million tokens, sorry. So 536 million tokens, I believe it is 537 million. But, looking at render, looking at the price, and, these factors are important because, number one, it's not just, you purchase render and you hold it as an investor. No, there's a lot more different things going on. There's a lot of more utilization for the token. So you have, like I said, you purchase them, invest in it. The render's paying, the GPU providers, the workers that are doing the work are getting paid, and then you have staking. So there's a whole lot of utility for the token. So in my mind, if I look at, a realistic price, we're currently sitting at a price of $4.50, $1.6 billion market cap. Now, looking ahead into the future with the bull run and based on everything that's going on, and then including the Solana move, I don't see why this coin cannot go to $25 with a $13.2 billion market cap with a supply of 530 million tokens. And that's just the low end. So if I was talking low end, I'm talking $25, $13.2 billion market cap, 530 million supply. That's the low end. The high end, where I think that this coin could probably go, is up to about $52 with a $27 billion market cap, with 530 million on the supply. So think about it. Now, yeah, those numbers are kind of far, but the utility, Solana, what they use the tokens for, and the project itself is very good, and it's a very demanding business. So yeah, $25, 13.2 billion. On the low end, $52, 27 billion, 530 million market cap. 530 million supply. That's where I'm kind of going with the price in 2024, 2025. I think through 2024, we'll see that $25. And then maybe going into January, February of 2025, you see that $52 at a 27 billion market cap. And to me, that's very realistic. Especially if you've seen the momentum behind other coins. And I think, I go back to say that this is going to be a strong narrative in cryptocurrency. And, we don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. But, knowing that, the artificial intelligence is key. There's a lot of uses behind it. It's just crazy, tremendously crazy. If you really think about it. Once Chat GPT came out, AI just went and ran with it. It snowballed into a huge demand for many, many, many different use cases across the board, going from, teenagers to adults to, seniors wanting to, access information, a lot easier. And it just goes crazy. It's a spiral. It's spiraled into something huge, and it's going to be huge in cryptocurrency. I think it's going to be one of the biggest narratives in cryptocurrency coming in to 2024. So again, that's my prediction for render, especially going on to the Solana network. $25 to $52, $13.2 billion market cap to 27 million or $27 billion market cap. And that's looking at that supply of 530 million. So I hope you guys got something out of the video. I really just wanted to kind of touch on the whole transition from render network to Solana SPL token. And then go over some of the use cases, the utility behind render. So if you guys want to tap into the 10x squad, I could go over a lot more of this information. Make sure you guys check it out. The link is in the description. It's the 10x squad. We talk about everything crypto. I go over your cryptocurrency portfolio. I got projects in there that you can look at. If you're wanting to develop some side money, some side hustle, and you're inspired to be able to create a YouTube channel, I could help you create that. I have a process put in place that will help you put together a YouTube channel and be successful at it. Mine, if you check out my channel, if you view it, that's what's created in about 6-7 months tops. So I hope you guys are interested. Check out the link in the description. You can change your life 100%, no BS. All right, guys, make sure you guys do your research. This is not financial advice, just education. Appreciate you guys. Take care and be blessed.